22nd of November 2017, me and I'm getting an update, recent update on me allotment, Abbey Road Allotment, West Midlands. There's only me on site because he's blowing a bloody hoolie. He's going to stop piddling down soon, so I'll have a quick perv. Top fruit cage, obviously all the leaves, most of the leaves are off now, and all the fruit trees are dormant. I'm still training some of these. Enclosed with netting, obviously keep the little chaps out. Plus, if you don't make out on the bottom, this chicken wire. That's to stop the badger getting in. He was digging under, nicking all my bloody apples. Cheeky bugger. All my plots, 1.5 plots, you see is fenced in as well. That's to keep the bugger out. Buggers. All raised beds, these are renewed this year. Bloody hell, the sun's trying to come out. Jesus. These were renewed this year with scaffolding boards, plus I've elevated them one up, so they're going to last me moons. These two beds were done yesterday. He's back here so I can have a perv. These tried gladioli in this year, and all my corms are out, drying in the garage. And these beds were top dressed with rabbit muck he delivers on the allotment. It's a chap who exhibits rabbits. He's got bloody loads of rabbit crap, obviously. He needs to get it out the road. He uses straw, so I give him a key and he just drops it off in the gate. So he's had that muck on. Then also we have spent tops delivered from Batham's brewery. They need to get that out the road. So there's spent tops on as well, as you can see in there. Then last thing last night, well it did get bloody dark, couldn't see what I was doing. I top dressed with spent mushroom compost. Another good brew. Flogged them in our training sheds. This had a good soaking. It's got to pedal down later on, and then I will cover these with a weed suppressant and let nature get going. This wooden structure is a new one for this year. Let's get back here so I can have a perv. This is enclosed 2 beds. There was 3 beds in here, but I'll give myself a bit of space. It's just protection again from the elements, i.e. nature and the weather. Proper horticultural plastic on the top, halfway down. Then you got enviro mesh around the bottom. You've got to have air circulation, whatever you have. Doorway into it. I can just take my bamboo cane out, slip him out, and then the door comes off. Unless the badger is a SAS badger, he ain't going to get in. But these scaffolding boards are ideal for making raised beds, because of health and safety they can't use the boards now if they've got a split, so I get them chip. And these 2 beds I've raised up again, so I'm working from waist height, no bending whatsoever you're going to think when you get old. That bed's been done, top dressed everything, watered, and the weed suppressant on top, as you can see. Those weed suppressors there, they're bloody blown about the wind. I'm drying them off because I've got black tape the ends, top and frame, and then they will go on them 2 beds there. You can see when I've raised this bed up, another board because of the he's down a bit, the height of the growing medium, but I'm unsure what to do with him yet. I've only got leaks in there, but then we'll be up over winter. What a good little growing area that is. Right, my full plot comes down to the tunnel, then I got half a plot after that. Down to my tunnel, good raised bed in there as well, so I'm growing my exhibition onions. And that bed's been top dressed, watered and covered with a weed suppressant. All my beds, once I've done them, I do a moisture check every 10 days. I want the soil and the growing medium in there to be working, not ticking over. If it dries out, it'll be working. Ticking over, sorry. So if you keep it moist, exactly the same as the compost bins and leaf mould, keep them moist and they will be working. That's what I do. 2 grapevines in there, they've stopped growing now. I'm just going to go dormant like everything else over winter. And it still gets hot in here, although I've got this ventilation. So I've got 2 solar powered fans in there, just for a bit of air movement. 2 water tanks at the back and all, that's for gravity feed. Right, my half plot on the bottom. I've got a grapevine outside, when the sun is out, that's a sun trap, and he does well. Blackberry there. 6 bins, 2 for leaf mould, 4 for compost. We'll come on to them in a bit. Still got what apples on 1 fruit tree. This is my bottom bit of an orchard. See, I've got a mole scarer there. Sends out a piercing shrill. Does it work? Does it shit? Here's all the bloody molars, look. He's using that as a coffee table. Pain in the arse. Nicking all my bloody worms. Let's get over here again, but he's not in my beds. Because underneath all my beds, I've got chicken wire. This is my latest structure. This one is covering 3 beds. And I had this off my mate, Dave, up Chesterfield. He's done this on his site, and he's just covered a similar thing, a frame, and then just cover it in scaffolding netting. Keeps the birds, pigeons and the butterflies off your brassicas or whatever. So this will be ideal. All these beds was coming down to the my fence. I took that end out a couple of weeks ago, put my door frame in. Once he's in, then I'll take this off and it'll just be a spring loaded door, so then I can walk all the way around the 3 beds. Be ideal. Blueberries there and a bit close to here, so them are going to be moved over there. Right, let's have a look at my bins. Every week I do my composting, kitchen waste, garden waste, chop it up. Leaf mould, this was done yesterday. How much it bloody dropped down from yesterday. The smaller the leaf the better. Obviously not evergreen, because it'll stay forever green. But you've got to wet every leaf that goes in. That way it will break down. This will be filled up again, pushed down, and then filled up even more. And I shall keep doing that until it's nice and solid and chocker. It'll be ready next year. One in use, obviously, for me garden compost. Every week I do it. Monday, if it's piddling down, then obviously the day after. There's a few worms in there. I bet you call bloody, see that, can you? But obviously it's warmer underneath now, because we are end of November. Worms ain't bloody soft. That's their feed. Keep it moist. They will multiply rapidly, because they're in heaven. Right, it is winter, so I put carpet around my bins. I don't want them to freeze, clear off. I'm looking after them because I want compost 12 months of the year. That one's got nothing around it, so it's empty. In the summer, well, the spring, the carpet comes off and all the bins are lined with white plastic. That's to repel the heat and the light, so my worms don't cook. They stay nice and cool. This one is also empty. You'll see the chicken wire on the bottom. That's to stop the bloody mole getting in. And the chicken wire is also under that, on the bottom of there. If this was having well, anything, bloody leaf mould or compost, I put 2 foot of straw in first. Then when I start putting me compost in, ingredients, all my leaves, that compresses the straw, and my stuff's ready before the straw is broken down. You don't get no worms that drop through the chicken wire. Right, that's that. This is my leaf mould from last year. I'm using this as a compost ingredient, that's all. We can use it as a top dressing, anything like that. Get some of this out. Look at this beautiful stuff. There are a few twigs and crap in there, but I'll just clear them out. But that's Boston stuff. But that is just as a compost ingredient. Right, compost, this was done on the, as soon as I fill the bin, I put the date on. So 20th of the 10th. So that's a month ago. Let's have a perv in here. Bits of carpet on top. Don't forget, if it's nice and warm, these will be chocker of worms. That's where I get my extra worms from. But it is a bit colder now. Let's just bung them out the road. so we have a better perv. Good brew. You can see it's still working down, but if I was using this as a top dressing, I'd just put it on as it is. Good watering and then weed suppressant. If I'm using this as a growing medium, which I am after 3 weeks now, I take the worms out obviously, but as it is now there's still lumps in it, but that's what I want, because those lumps hang on to the moisture, warmth and oxygen. And I've done a trial this year and proved that it works up against Levins and M3, but I should put that on later on. That's something else. But that'll be used as a top dressing another raised bed, because now I ain't starting nothing off or growing nothing. So my beds, once they're prepared, it'll get top dressed with that stuff there. That's about it, guys and gals. Hope you've enjoyed it, had a good nose round. See you later on. Cheers.